The Butcher returns. Martinez set for comeback as United a young goalkeeper target. Welcome to United News, your source for the updates that actually matter. Hello and welcome back to United News, where we bring you Manchester United news that genuinely impacts the team rather than just filling space with pointless rumors. Today we have two stories that United fans will want to know about. One is exciting news that everyone has been waiting for. The other is interesting squad planning for the future. Lisandro Martinez is finally ready to return to action after 8 months out injured. And United are reportedly looking at a young Swedish goalkeeper to provide backup for Lammens. Thank you for trusting us to break down what both of these developments mean for Manchester United. Now let us dive into the details. The Butcher is almost back. The news that Manchester United fans have been waiting months to hear has finally arrived. Lisandro Martinez is set to return to the squad after the international break. The Butcher, as he is affectionately known by United supporters, is almost back. Martinez has been out for 8 months. 8 long months since he suffered that serious knee injury against Crystal Palace back in February. An ACL injury that required surgery and extensive rehabilitation. The kind of injury that ends seasons and sometimes affects players for the rest of their careers. But Martinez has worked incredibly hard to get back. He has been diligent with his rehabilitation. He has followed every instruction from the medical team. He has been patient even when he desperately wanted to rush back. And now, finally, he is ready to return to action. This is huge news for Manchester United. Absolutely huge. Because while United have managed without Martinez, they have never looked as solid defensively as they do when he is on the pitch. His absence has been felt every single week. What makes Martinez so special? Why does his return matter so much? Let us break down exactly what United have been missing and what they will get back when the Butcher returns to action. What United have missed without Martinez. Lisandro Martinez is not just another defender. He is not just someone who can fill in and do a job. He is one of the best defenders Manchester United have, and his qualities are unique within the squad. First, there is his aggression. Martinez earned the nickname the Butcher for a reason. He is ferocious in tackles. He is uncompromising in duels. He throws his body into challenges that other defenders would avoid. Opposition forwards hate playing against him because they know they are in for a physical battle all match long. This aggression sets a tone for the entire defense. When Martinez is on the pitch, United defend with intensity and purpose. When he is not there, the defense can sometimes look soft and passive. His presence alone makes everyone around him defend harder. Second, there is his reading of the game. Martinez positions himself brilliantly. He anticipates where danger is coming from. He makes interceptions that stop attacks before they develop. He is always in the right place at the right time. This intelligence is what separates good defenders from great ones. Third, there is his quality on the ball. Martinez is not just a destroyer. He is comfortable in possession. He can play passes out from the back. He can help build attacks. In modern football, defenders need to be good with the ball at their feet, and Martinez absolutely is. Fourth, there is his leadership. Martinez organizes the defense. He communicates constantly. He demands standards from his teammates. He does not accept poor concentration or sloppy play. These leadership qualities are invaluable, especially for a team that has sometimes lacked mental strength. Fifth, there is his partnership with other defenders. Martinez has formed excellent relationships with players like Raphael Varane and Harry Maguire in the past. When he returns, he will form new partnerships with the current defenders like Matthijs de Ligt. Having him back gives Ruben Amorim so many more options in how he sets up his back line. Without Martinez, United have rotated through various center-back combinations. Some have worked reasonably well. Others have looked shaky. But none have provided the same level of consistency and quality that Martinez brings. His return fills a gap that has existed all season. The careful approach to his return. One thing that needs to be emphasized is that Ruben Amorim is being very careful with Martinez's return. And this is absolutely the right approach. We discussed this previously when Martinez first returned to training, but it bears repeating. ACL injuries are serious. Rushing players back too quickly is how you create long-term problems. You risk re-injury. You risk the player never quite getting back to their previous level. You risk destroying what could be many more years of top-level performance. Amorim has been patient with Martinez. When the Argentine defender first returned to training, he wanted to play immediately. He begged Amorim to include him in the squad for Nottingham Forest. Amorim said no. He made Martinez wait. He gave him more time to build fitness and confidence in his knee. Now, after the international break, Martinez will finally be available for selection. But even then, do not expect him to start immediately. More likely, he will be on the bench for his first game back. Then maybe a substitute appearance for 20 or 30 minutes. Then gradually building up his game time until he is ready to play full matches. This graduated return is standard practice for serious injuries. You do not go from 8 months out straight to playing 90 minutes twice a week. You ease back in. You listen to your body. You make sure everything is working properly before pushing to full capacity. United fans will need to be patient. They will want to see Martinez starting every game immediately. But that is not what is best for the player or the club. Trust the process. Trust the medical team. Trust Amorim to manage this correctly. The goal is not to have Martinez available for 1 or 2 matches. The goal is to have him available and performing at his best for the next 5 or 6 years. That requires patience now. That requires doing this properly even if it takes a few more weeks. What Martinez's return means for the squad. So what does having Lisandro Martinez back mean for Manchester United's squad? How does it change things for Ruben Amorim and his tactical options? First, it gives Amorim another top-quality centre-back option. He currently has Matthijs de Ligt, Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, and Luke Shaw who can play there. Adding Martinez to that list means incredible depth and quality. Amorim can rotate without worrying about a significant drop in performance. Second, it allows Amorim to rest other defenders who might be carrying knocks or fatigue. The schedule in the second half of the season gets very busy. Having 5 quality centre-backs means you can manage workloads properly and keep everyone fresh. Third, it creates healthy competition for places. Nobody is guaranteed to start. Everyone needs to maintain high standards to keep their spot in the team. This competition brings out the best in players and raises the overall level. Fourth, it gives United tactical flexibility. Amorim can use different combinations of centre-backs depending on the opposition. Against teams with big physical strikers, maybe use Maguire. Against teams with fast forwards, maybe use Martinez whose pace is better. Having options allows you to tailor your selection to each match. Fifth, Martinez's return could allow Luke Shaw to move back to left-back more often. Shaw has been filling in at centre-back because of the Martinez injury. But Shaw is naturally a left-back and probably prefers playing there. With Martinez available, Shaw can return to his favored position. Sixth, the psychological boost cannot be underestimated. United fans love Martinez. His teammates respect him enormously. Having him back will lift morale around the club. It will make everyone feel more confident about the team's defensive capabilities. The return of Lisandro Martinez genuinely changes Manchester United's outlook for the rest of the season. It makes them stronger. It gives them more options. It provides leadership and quality in an area where both are needed. This is unequivocally good news. Now let us talk about Melker Elborg. While the Martinez news is clearly the headline story, there is another interesting development worth discussing. According to reports from The Sun, Manchester United are looking at a young Swedish goalkeeper named Melker Elborg from Malmö. This might not sound like exciting news. A backup goalkeeper from Sweden is not exactly a glamorous signing. But actually, this story reveals quite a bit about how United are planning for the future and how they are thinking about squad building. Let us start with the context. United currently have Lammens as their first-choice goalkeeper. Lammens has been excellent since taking over the position. United are unbeaten in their last 5 Premier League matches with him in goal. He looks confident. He makes saves. He commands his area well. United fans are happy with him. The backup goalkeeper is Altay Bayındır. He started the first 6 Premier League matches this season but has since been relegated to the bench. And according to reports, Both Bayender and Andre Onana, who is currently on loan at Turkish club Trabzonspor, are expected to leave United permanently next summer. This would leave United needing a new backup goalkeeper. Someone young who can develop while learning from Lammens. Someone who is happy to be second choice but good enough to step in when needed. Someone who does not cost a fortune but has the potential to become first choice eventually. Melker Elborg fits this profile perfectly. Who is Melker Elborg? Melker Elborg is a 22-year-old Swedish goalkeeper who plays for Malmö, the biggest club in Sweden. He is 6'3" tall, which is a good height for a goalkeeper. He is a Sweden under-20 international, which shows he has been recognized as a talent by his national federation. Elborg came into Malmö's first team earlier this year when their regular goalkeeper Johan Dahlin got a long-term injury. This was his big opportunity to show what he could do at senior level. And he took it brilliantly. In 7 league starts for Malmö, Elborg kept 5 clean sheets. That is an outstanding record. Even more impressively, he only conceded 2 goals in those 7 games. That is elite-level shot-stopping and defensive organization. His performances were so good that there was great interest from other clubs. Scouts from across Europe were watching him. People in football were starting to take notice of this young Swedish goalkeeper who was performing so well. However, things changed when Malmö signed Robin Olsen from Aston Villa. Olsen is an experienced goalkeeper who has played in the Premier League and for the Swedish national team. He came in as first choice and Elborg dropped to the bench. But Elborg has continued to show his quality in the Europa League. Manchester United scouts reportedly watched him in a match against Panathinaikos where he saved a penalty. His performance caught their eye and put him on United's radar as a potential target. When asked about the penalty save, Elborg showed the kind of humility and professionalism that clubs look for. He said penalties are a bit of a lottery, but he tried to wait out the taker. He was calm and analytical rather than boastful. That maturity at just 22 years old is impressive. There have been suggestions that Elborg should replace Olsen as Malmö's #1 goalkeeper because he has looked more assured between the sticks. When asked about this, Elborg again showed excellent character. He said he is happy to get opportunities and tries to prove himself on the pitch rather than demanding things. This is the right mentality. Elborg has a contract with Malmö until December 2028. That means United would need to pay a transfer fee to sign him. But for a young goalkeeper from Sweden, that fee would not be astronomical. Probably somewhere between £5 and £10 million. That is reasonable for a talented young goalkeeper with potential. Why this makes sense for United. So why would Manchester United be interested in a 22-year-old goalkeeper from the Swedish league? What is the thinking behind this potential transfer? First, United need a new backup goalkeeper if both Bayender and Onana leave. That is just a fact. You cannot go into a season with only one goalkeeper. You need quality depth in that position. Elborg provides that. Second, the age profile is perfect. At 22, Elborg is young enough to develop further but old enough to be ready for senior football. He is only 10 months younger than Lammens, which means they could potentially compete for the #1 spot for years to come. Third, Elborg has already shown he can perform at a decent level. His record at Malmö is impressive. 5 clean sheets in 7 games. Only 2 goals conceded. A penalty save in Europe. These are not the statistics of some untested prospect. This is someone who has delivered when given the chance. Fourth, signing a goalkeeper from Sweden is relatively low risk. The Swedish league is not at the level of the Premier League, but it is respectable. Players who succeed there can often step up to bigger leagues. And if Elborg does not work out, United have not spent a fortune on him. Fifth, having 2 young goalkeepers competing with each other creates healthy competition. Neither Lammens nor Elborg would be guaranteed to start. Both would need to perform to keep their place. This is good for maintaining standards. Sixth, this shows United are thinking ahead. Rather than waiting until summer and then scrambling to find a backup goalkeeper, they are identifying targets now. They are doing their homework. They are planning properly. This is how well-run clubs operate. Seventh, Elborg represents the kind of smart, value signing that United need to make more often. Not every signing needs to be a superstar costing £70 million. Sometimes the best business is finding talented young players at smaller clubs who can develop into something special. Is Elborg the most exciting transfer target United could pursue? No. Will fans be thrilled if United sign him? Probably not. But is this sensible squad planning that addresses a genuine need at a reasonable cost? Absolutely yes. What happens to Bayender and Onana? The elephant in the room with this goalkeeper situation is what happens to Altay Bayender and Andre Onana. Both are currently Manchester United players. Both are supposedly leaving next summer. So what is the story there? Onana joined United with high expectations. He was supposed to be an upgrade on David De Gea, a modern goalkeeper who could play out from the back and sweep behind a high defensive line. But his time at United was marked by too many mistakes. High-profile errors that cost United points. Eventually, the club decided they needed to make a change. Onana is currently on loan at Trabzonspor in Turkey. The loan is for the full season. And according to reports, this will become a permanent move next summer. Onana will leave United permanently, and the club will move on from what turned out to be an unsuccessful signing. Bayender arrived as backup to Onana but got his chance to be first choice when Lammens was not immediately ready at the start of the season. He started the first 6 Premier League matches, but his performances were not convincing enough to keep the job once Lammens was fit. Now Bayender is second choice, and according to reports, he is facing an uncertain future at United. Clubs in Turkey are interested in signing him. United are apparently willing to let him leave if a good offer comes in. This would clear space for Elborg or another young goalkeeper to come in as backup to Lammens. For both Bayender and Onana, this represents the harsh reality of top-level football. If you do not perform consistently, you get replaced. United cannot afford to be sentimental. They need goalkeepers they can trust. Right now, that goalkeeper is Lammens. Bayender and Onana have had their chances and have not taken them. This might seem brutal, but this is how elite clubs operate. Standards are high. Competition is fierce. If you are not good enough, you are replaced. That is the reality that drives everyone to perform at their best. The bigger picture of squad planning. These two stories, Martinez returning and United targeting Elborg, actually tell us quite a bit about how the club is thinking about squad planning under Ineos and Ruben Amorim. First, they are being patient with returning injured players. Martinez has been out 8 months but is not being rushed back. This shows they are thinking long-term rather than risking players for short-term gain. Second, they are planning ahead for squad needs, identifying a backup goalkeeper now rather than waiting until the problem becomes urgent shows improved organization. Third, they are willing to move on from players who are not good enough. Onana and Bayender will leave if better options are available. No sentimentality, just pragmatic decision-making. Fourth, they are looking at value signings. Elborg from Sweden is not a glamorous target but could be smart business. Not every signing needs to be expensive. Fifth, they are building depth in key positions. With Martinez returning, United will have excellent center-back options. With a new goalkeeper coming in, they will have competition for places. Depth wins titles. Sixth, they are giving the manager what he wants. Amorim wanted to be careful with Martinez. He is getting that. Amorim needs a reliable backup goalkeeper. He will get that. Supporting your manager properly is how you build success. All of this points to Manchester United becoming a more professionally run club. Better planning, better decision-making, better squad building. These are the foundations of sustained success. Final thoughts. Progress on and off the pitch. The return of Lisandro Martinez is the kind of news that lifts everyone at Manchester United. One of the best defenders in the squad is back after 8 months out. The Butcher returns to bring his aggression, leadership, and quality to a defense that has missed him. The potential signing of Melker Elborg might not generate the same excitement, but it represents smart planning. Identifying a young goalkeeper to provide competition for Lammens while moving on from players who have not worked out. This is how you build a strong squad. Both stories, in their own way, show Manchester United moving in the right direction. Being patient with injured players, planning ahead for squad needs, making smart value signings, moving on from mistakes. These are all signs of a club that is learning from past errors and improving how it operates. Martinez will not be back to his best immediately. It will take time for him to regain full match fitness and sharpness. But just having him available gives United more options and makes the team stronger. Elborg might never become a regular starter for United. He might just be a solid backup who does his job when called upon. But that is valuable too. Not every signing needs to be a superstar. Sometimes you just need reliable professionals who can be trusted. The second half of the season is where United's campaign will be defined. Will they secure Champions League qualification? Will they win a trophy? Will they show genuine progress under Amorim? Having Martinez back helps their chances. Having proper squad depth in goal helps their chances. Small improvements across the squad add up to big improvements in results. Thank you for staying informed with United News. Thank you for reading this update at United News, where we bring you the Manchester United news that actually matters. The Martinez return is huge for United's defensive options. The Elborg target shows smart planning for the future. Both stories deserve your attention. This is what we do every day. We separate the news that impacts the team from the noise that does not matter. We explain what developments mean rather than just reporting that they happened. We give you the context and analysis that helps you understand your football club. Stay with us for all the latest on Martinez's return. We will track his minutes, analyze his performances, and tell you when he is back to his best. We will also follow the Elborg situation and let you know if United actually make a move for the Swedish goalkeeper. Transfer windows bring countless rumors. Squad news brings endless speculation. Our job is to filter all of that and give you what actually matters. That is our commitment to you. That is why thousands of United fans trust United News every single day. Until next time, celebrate Martinez's return, appreciate the smart planning around goalkeepers, and remember that at United News, we always bring you the news that genuinely impacts Manchester United. Glory, glory, Man United. Welcome back, Butcher.